Hi again, and welcome back to our series of videos from Norton and Siegel. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the history of the flood insurance program because it's going to change drastically coming up, and it's nice to have a little perspective on it so you kind of know what has happened in the past. The flood insurance came about from the federal government in the late 1960s when it was determined that only the federal government had the kind of ability to put money together to back up a loss that can affect 10,000 homes at a time, as a flood from a hurricane might do. At that time, keep in mind that a house was $30,000 or $35,000, not what it costs today, and file that back for future reference because we're going to mention that in a bit. So they came up with a program that was mainly intended for primary residences to keep people in their homes near the water. It went along pretty smoothly for a while, but what then started to happen was storms started to pick up. Replacement costs and prices of real estate went ballistic, as we know. And between those things, they now find themselves $24 billion or $26 billion, depending on which you read, in debt from previous storms. So, and of course, like many government programs, for political reasons, the program was expanded in ways that it maybe wasn't intended to, subsidizing houses that are being rebuilt over and over again on barrier beaches, things like that. So it has some issues, like many government things that have to take into account affordability and availability and supporting people who need to work and they feel it's beneficial to live near the, near the coast where a lot of the jobs are. So this has become an issue, and even the government has started to privatize their payments from the flood insurance program, and they are going to be looking for other people to do the same. And part of the reason is that whereas we didn't have the kind of computer power and different kinds of technology that we have back in '68 when this was founded, now they've got the ability to read satellite maps and things like that, so they can be much more accurate on rating these things. And the amount of capital money that big investment companies can put together and the big insurance companies has gone out of this world. As we are aware, and this goes back to what I said to remember in the future, that we know that worldwide wealth is being concentrated at the top. And these very wealthy companies and investors are looking for places to put their money, and one of the areas where they can get a better return than they can in a bank account is in insurance. So they're backing insurance. So there's a lot of money out there for flood insurance and a lot of technology that makes these companies feel they'll be able to sell it at better or fairer prices with more coverage and things like that. So that's a brief history of the flood insurance program, and we will be having other videos that will kind of explain from here on where we think it's going to go. Thanks a lot for visiting.